Hello everyone, this is Jotto and welcome to a spoiler show. Yeah, but I think I'm a day late on this. I said I was going to do one every 5 spoilers or so, and I think there's like 7 or 8. But anyway, they rapid fired them a bit faster than I was expecting. Which is expected, which is hilarious if you put those back to back. Yeah, faster than expected, but it's expected because there's 130 cards in the set. But anyway, so we'll be going about these in reverse chronological order, simply because that's how they're listed on Hearthstone, which is where I'm reading them from. So, the first spoiler I'm going to be going over, which was the most recent one revealed, is the Argent Watchmen. 2 mana, rare, 2/4, can't attack, inspire, can attack as normal this turn. So basically it's an Ancient Watcher, but if you hero power, it silences itself for a turn. I would say this is a bad card. In GVG, this may have been decent. Not now. Maybe. I don't know, this is one of those cards where it's like, if it was around, not even GVG, if it was around, base set, yeah. Base set, this would have been good. But the standard for 2-drops is too high, this is very slow, it does not trade up at all, it kills 2 2-drops, probably both have value, yeah, it's just not very good, and you have to attack with it to trade, because they're not going to attack into it unless it has taunt. It's not as good as Ancient Watcher if you're playing in Handlock, because that works with Shadow Flame, and a 4/5 is way better than a 2/4. So yeah, I don't think this is very good. I think it's receiving a bit too much hype. Some people are hyping this, and I don't think it's good at all. It's way too slow. It's just behind the curve. Like, we have 2 3s or 3 2s as a standard with an amazing ability. 1 extra stat point for a drawback. It's not worth it. So yeah, Argent Watchman, not impressed. This was their post they revealed it in, where they were talking about the Inspire mechanic and things like that. Alright. On to the previous batch, again reverse chronological order, Silent Night, not to be confused with Holy Night. Yeah, slight Christmas thing there, but anyway. 3 mana common, 2/2, it's neutral. I forgot to mention the Argent Watchman is also neutral and has no creature type. This one does neither, it's a 2/2 with Stealth and Divine Shield. It has Stealth because it's the Silent Night, that's the idea there. Arena, very good. Constructed, terrible. Again, 2/2. Yes, as Divine Shield makes it good in Arena, I think. But in Constructed, it's just not a player. I mean, we have 3 mana 3/4s as the basic now for Constructed. 2/2s are not good. Shade of Naxxramas is a 2/2 for 3 that sees play. Yes. Because it gets bigger every single turn. Like, Shade has an insane secondary ability compared to Silent Night. So that's why that sees play. So anyway, so I'm not too impressed. These two are the Bane sisters, as I like to call them. Now I have to pronounce these. Edis, I'm just going to call them Dark Bane and Light Bane. It's Edis, Dark Bane, and Fiola? I have no idea. Someone who knows WoW lore will probably be irritated with me. I know a decent amount of WoW lore, but not enough to know the names here. Anyway, Dark Bane, Light Bane. So, Dark Bane is a 3 mana 3/4 legendary with whenever you target this minion with a spell, deal 3 damage to a random enemy. So in other words, if you're playing Priest, yeah, this is too powerful if you're playing Priest. This is way too powerful if you're playing Priest. Doing 3 damage just for playing a Power Word Shield or a, like, Valen's Chosen, Priest already has buff spells that they just play, and it's not like it's a drawback when you don't get the bonus. It's a 3 mana 3/4, which is about average nowadays, but the point is that it's not a drawback. Like, Spider Tank is a 3 mana 3/4 vanilla, and that sees some play. So it's 3 mana 3/4 with an upside. That's too powerful in my opinion. Not the upside, but the stats with the upside. This would be a 2/4 normally. Not a 3/4. And even as a 2/4, it's very strong. So, yeah, a bit too high on the stats there in my opinion. Light Bane, another 3 mana 3/4 legendary. Whenever you target this minion with a spell, gain Divine Shield. Now that means the minion gains Divine Shield. This is weaker than Darkbane, I think. It's less random, but it's weaker than Darkbane. This is more of an aggro card, like you can play this with Paladin maybe. It works with Priest still, obviously. I mean, I think Priest may play both of these, but the thing is that they already have Dark Cultist, which is their staple 3-drop, so I think they'll play Darkbane but not Lightbane maybe. I may be completely wrong there. I think one of these will see more play than the other. I think it's Darkbane, but I may be wrong there, and I think it'll be an auto-include in Priest, Darkbane at least. Lightbane I'm not so sure about. I think it's an auto-include, but I'm not sure. The point is they're both legendary. That's supposed to be their drawback, because you can only play one, but it's not really a drawback that you can only play one. It's still super powerful, and 3 mana 3/4s are not bad in the late game. So yeah, 3 mana 3/4s, these two are pretty powerful cards between them. Definitely the best cards we've seen out of the 4 so far. Then, as we go further back, we have 4 more cards to cover. So yeah, it's actually 8 cards total. First things first, the Flame Juggler. Now, the Flame Juggler is a 2 mana common, neutral, 2/3, with Battlecry, deal 1 damage to a random enemy. I know that this would be an insane power creep compared to the Rifleman, but I would actually say that this would be playable if it was target minion. Like if it just dealt 1 damage as its Battlecry. I think, first of all, you could put it next to Rifleman as a joke. Like it's just 2/2 for 3, and then same ability, 2 mana 3/2. But I think that would be good. Random I don't like. The reason I don't like random is because you're debating, like, if it hits it's good, but it's only good enough in the early game. Late game, not very good at all. But then it only happens once, and it's random, and if you miss, you play the subpar card. So I don't think it's very good at all. I think it's good against Hunter, but that's about it. Yeah, I think that's about it. It's good against Hunter, maybe some sort of anti-Hunter tech card. I think there's better ones though, so I'm going to say Flame Juggler is bad, and maybe it sees some play. It's definitely good in Arena. That seems to be the punchline of the set in general. Most of it's good in Arena, it's just not in Constructed. Speaking of that, 5 mana, Clockwork Giant, another neutral common, 5/5, mech, first one with an actual creature type, Battlecry, give a friendly mech +1/+1, now that is permanent. That is a powerful effect for Arena. Mech Mage I don't think needs a 5-drop, and I don't think this is the 5-drop they're looking for. Maybe in later mid-rangey Mech Mages. I still don't think so, because they have 4/4s for 3 in that deck. So, Arena, yes. Constructed, no. 5/5 for 5 needs to have a crazy ability to be good now. It needs to be like Loatheb level or something like that to be super good. So I'm going to say not very good, and probably won't see any play. Now, Savage Combatant, my favorite card. I'm going to be going over out of the 8. Savage Combatant is a 4 mana Druid rare, not neutral, 5/4 beast, creature type, matters especially with Druids. Inspire, give your hero +2 attack this turn. Now this is the best design card I have seen in the entire set. The reason for it is because it's a 4-drop that's also a 6-drop. I love that. That's how I think Inspire should work, where you have the non-inspired mana cost, which is decent, and then you have the inspired mana cost, which is powerful. That's the kind of thing which I want to see with constructed level Inspire cards. And Savage Combatant is a 4 mana 5/4 that has a sort of kicker type thing. For 2 extra mana, if you pay it, you get a fire elemental basically. Because you get the +1 from your hero power, and you get +2 attack as well, which means you get to fire elemental something. Now, it's not as good as Fire Elemental on turn 6 because it has 1 less stat point for health and attack. It doesn't go past Taunt. It does heal you for 1, but the point is it doesn't go past Taunt. And technically you have to use your face anyway, so it doesn't even heal you. So you lose a bit of life, you lose a bit of stats, and it gets blocked by Taunt. So what's the bonus compared to Fire Elemental? Which Fire Elemental is an insane card, by the way, but yeah. What's the bonus compared to Fire Elemental? The bonus is it's a 4-drop as well. You can play on curve if you want to. You can go 4 mana 5/4. Which is hilarious because it means it's both bad and good against Shredder. It's bad on curve, well kind of. It's bad going second against Shredder. Good going first against Shredder because you can play it and then you can Inspire and kill the Shredder. And then later in the game, it's good against Shredder. So overall, it's good against Shredder, because if you're getting second, you just innervate it, or you Wild Growth it a turn earlier. I think this is actually good against Shredder overall. Okay, there's a pass on the 4-drops there. It's good against Shredder. But yeah, I actually quite like this card. I'm not sure exactly how good it is. It's one of those things which is an insane pick in Arena, by the way. If you see it, you pick it. But in Constructed, I think this has some wheels. I think it's good. I think it is a good card. It's the first good Druid card we've had spoiled since base set. We got like Druid of the Flame, which made a tiny splash, and that's it. So yeah, this along with Druid of the Flame arguably are the only two good cards that Druid has got since base set, which is, I guess, shows how powerful base set Druid was, since they're still a player in the metagame. So yeah, Savage Combatant, not the best card in the set, but it's still very good, and I think the design is the best so far. It's not on the same level as like the 3-mana 3/4s we saw just a couple of minutes ago, but I think it's still very, very powerful in its sort of mid-rangey Druid deck. Some clarifications that were here, by the way, just a name thing here. King's Defender is now even worse, where you can only gain a maximum of 1 durability as opposed to 1 for each taunt. So a bad card is now worse. That's kind of hilarious. I guess it's more balanced in Arena. Alright, last card. Colosseum Manager, 3 mana, rare, neutral. It's 2/5 and it has Inspire. Return this minion to your hand. This is interesting. It's either a drawback or bonus. The bonus is you can attack it with you can attack something, bounce it, replay it, and you heal it. The drawback is you can't use your hero power when you want it on the board. So that's strange. It's a weird card. However, it's also not very good. Again, 2/5 is worse than a 3/4. It has a pseudo drawback. It's a bonus, but it restricts you in your playstyle, which means that it's kind of a drawback in practice. So yeah, I don't really like the Colosseum Manager, and it's just not good. It wouldn't be good. A 3-mana 2/5 would not be that good right now. 3/4s are important because they kill all the 2-drops, and like 2/5s are okay. Like Druid of the Flame is good because it can be a 2/5 or a 5/2. The problem with 2/5s is that they're good in the early game because they kill the 3/2s. They don't kill 2/3s, that's an issue. But they're good in the early game because they kill the 3/2s. But then in the late game they're completely useless because no one cares about 2 attack. So Druid of the Flame is good because you can switch, and if you top deck at late game, you make it 5 attack, and you punch through something like a Senjin that's blocking you, or a Sludge Belcher. The other thing is that in Druid, your hero power pings things, which means that you can kill 2/3s with your hero power and a Druid of the Flame. You may think you can do that with Colosseum Manager as well, kind of, because you play it on turn 3. Or you coin it out on turn 2, you kill their Flame Imp, and then you hero power their Argent, like, you hero power their Abusive Sergeant, and bounce your 2/2 to your hand, which means that it doesn't kill the next guy, and you have to replay it, and you're tempoing yourself out at that point, and it's just, it seems bizarre. The other problem is, as a 3-drop, you can't innervate it out for Druid, so it doesn't work there, because you have to hero power on turn 2. For Shamans, they have to spam their hero power too much anyway. Rogue, same. I'm looking at, like, maybe Mage. Nah, I don't like that either. I'm looking at the pinging hero power specifically. Druid, Rogue, and Mage. And the reason for it is because it has 2 attack, which means you need to be able to bump up to 3 sometimes. So, yeah, I think those are the ones where it'd be decent. In Arena, it's decent in the pinging classes. It might just be decent for the body in general. I think 3-mana 3/4 is still the standard in Arena because a lot of these are commons. So, yeah, I'm not a fan of the Colosseum Manager. I don't think it's very good. But anyway, so that's the 8 cards, I think. I don't think I've missed anything, right? Yeah, I haven't missed anything. So that's my opinions on the 8 cards I've revealed since. There's currently a card vote going on between a priest spell that looks amazing and the craziest looking warlock spell in history, which is why I voted for it, because it looks insane. I don't even think the art is good, I just think it looks so, it's so maniac, it actually might be hilarious. Something else, by the way, in terms of artwork, we've had some issues in the past with artwork, particularly in Nexaramus and GVG. BRM was quite good with it. So far the set has actually been pretty good in the artwork side of things. It's not things people really talk about. But yeah, some of the ones that were low resolution, like the Silverhand Regent, has been released in a higher resolution image, which means that it actually looks quite good now. but a lot of the artwork is actually really nice at the moment, which I'm happy about, because some of the artwork in previous sets has been really sketchy. Then you've got things like Savage Combatant, which is one of my favorite artwork pieces in the entire game now. This whole like warrior type, Druid of the Claw type thing. It's really cool. And even things like the Darkbane, Lightbane look good. The Argent Watchmen, which you'll never see unfortunately, but it does look amazing. Things like that. I'm really happy with the artwork in this particular set. And while it's a minor thing, because a lot of people don't really consider artwork, I think it's a cool element of the game, and one of the reasons Hearthstone is a fun game to play is because of the way it looks. It looks vibrant and full of life. That's why ooze tokens look so painful. But anyway, thank you for watching this particular episode of The Spoiler Show. If you like the content, please subscribe. If you have any feedback, want to talk about any of the cards that I talked about and yell at me for being wrong, then put it in the comment section below. When all of these have been revealed, I will be doing a set review. I'm not sure who with. We'll see. I'm going to see if I can get Dapper on, but we'll have to see. It depends on who's around when and blah. So yeah, there will be a set review though. I'll be doing a full set review, like GVG full set review, probably like 8 hours of videos or something. So look forward to that when we get to the end of all these spoiler shows. But as for now, this has been Jotto, signing off.